How doing? I'm James, and welcome back to Storytime with James. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave us a comment if you like. All right, this one is called My Home, My Car. Yes, look, there's 500,000 Americans are homeless now, okay? 500,000 are homeless. Are homeless, like living on the street, and some in their cars. And that's a pretty sad case. But it could happen to any one of us. Any one of us, it could happen to you know because it's a lot of people living paycheck to paycheck, paying their rent, their light bill, their insurance, and everything, and medical bills and everything. They're just a step away from being homeless. Okay, like one time it happened to me. Look, one day I had just a small apartment, a duplex apartment. So I had this apartment, and I wasn't making that much money then. So I was making just enough to survive with, just enough to pay my rent and pay my light bills and everything like that. So one day I had a program, so I had to go to. So I drove to the program to do the program. So when I got there, the program went well. This was my program. It was my Mask and Tape Treasures class. Okay. This class went well. Okay. Actually, it went exceptionally well. Okay. So after the class, I packed my car up and I proceeded to drive home. I stopped at the gas station, put gas in my car because I got a check from the class, that day. So put gas in my car, and I was coming home. So when I got a block away from the house, all of a sudden I saw a lot of fire trucks down the street. So I was thinking, how am I going to get around these trucks so I can get home? You know. But as I got closer, I noticed that they were in front of my apartment, and they were bringing my couch out. No, the love seat out. And I said, "What in the world?" And I jumped out the car and ran to the door, and they wouldn't let me come in, because I left an iron on. An iron. I was in my haste of getting ready for this program, and I ran out the door. I left the iron on, and it burnt like my bedroom and everything. But I'm lucky that it didn't burn a lot more than that. So all of a sudden, instantly, I was homeless. Instantly. Yeah. But I could have went to my sister's house or somebody's house, but I didn't want to. Actually, I was checking another place out. So, and I was going to get another place, but they told me I had to wait a week, you know. So I was figuring, I said, "Oh my goodness." I said, and so I didn't have no choice. So I put all of my stuff in storage, in the apartment. Took all the stuff out the apartment and put it in storage. Then I uh I went to my sister's house for a minute. Then I left. I left because I didn't want to burden nobody else. I didn't want to stay with nobody else, and plus I have a lot of pride. So I decided I was my brain was going. It was going, And I said, look, I got to be here so I can get to work. So I said, well, I got my car, so just gonna have to tough it out until I can get into my another place. So I I I drove around all day that day. Then I noticed that I was wasting a lot of gas. So I said, I'm gonna find somewhere to sleep. So I drove and I saw the side street. So I went on the side street and I was looking at YouTube and stuff, on my phone and stuff, and it was plugged into the charger. So I'm sitting there, and then I started dozing off. Now it's getting late in the night. Now it's like one something in the morning. So I started dozing off. As soon as I dozed off, knocking at the door, knocking at my door, and I said, "What?" And there was a police shining a light in there. What's up? What you doing? What you doing? I said, "Oh, not. I'm just trying to get a little sleep." He said, "No, you got to move. You got to go. You got to go." So I drove off, went around, driving around, trying to find a spot where I can get some sleep, because I had to work in the morning, trying to find a spot, trying to find a spot. I found another spot, went to sleep again. I said, "Man, what is this? This is this is a area where nobody comes down." But apparently somebody was calling on me. Like like if I stopped in somebody's neighborhood and just sat there, they would think I'm up to no good. So that police came and knocked on my car window. So I told him, I said, "Look, I'm just trying to get some sleep, man. I'm actually I'm kind of homeless. I'm trying to." He said, "Well, you gotta move, gotta move, get on out of here." So I had to drive again. So this went on for that night. The next night, it was happening again. Yes. So I got very little sleep, and I was able to take a shower up at what's that place called? It's a fitness center. The fitness center, they have showers in there. So I went in to take a shower and everything, and put clean clothes on and stuff. So this went on, just went on, and then like on that fourth day, that was the last day, and that last day they woke me up again, and then I said, "This sucks. This sucks. I got to get in my place." So I called them down there that at the house I was getting ready to get, and he said, "Well, we ain't finished with it, man, but." I told him, "Look, I'll finish it. I'll finish it." He said, "What?" I said, "I'll finish the house. Just let me come in, you know." He said, "All right." And I went back in. I went in there, and everything was gravy. Then I stayed in that place for like almost 8 years. So look, after that, I knew then. I knew then that I knew my sister was going to help me, and I knew people was going to help me, but I had to tough this out. I had to tough it out. I had to tough it out for 4 days. 4 days. I toughed it out, and it was terrible. So I feel for those people. I feel for people who have to sleep in their cars. I feel for people on the street, you know, who don't have cars. I feel for them extra. So telling you, man. So if you see a homeless person or a person that's living in their car, don't call on them, unless they're doing if they throwing trash out there, the car and stuff like that. Then yes, by all means, call somebody on them. Call the police or something. But if they're not bothering you, if they just stopping for a minute, look, you can't imagine how many times they make them move. Every time they stop their car, people make them move. You know, so have a heart. Sometimes have a heart. See a homeless person, help them out. You see a person living in their car, help them out. Give them some food. I'm sure they appreciate that. You know. All right, you guys. I'm tired. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. And hit that bell notification. Hit that bell notification so that you know every time I drop another video. And share, share, share. Share my videos with your family. Share it with your friends. Share it with your loved ones. And even share it with your enemies. Yes. Peace. Adios. Salamit.